Good afternoon. I'm Kent Crimes, and I'm a business development manager for Phillips Connect. Today, we're going to talk about how to use asset tracking to better utilize and maintain your fleet. We're going to start off with a brief introduction. We're going to identify some of the problems that fleets are facing today. We're going to talk about solutions to those problems. We're going to introduce health to asset tracking, the looming 3G sunset that everyone's having to deal with. And lastly, we're going to talk about how important it is to have one platform to manage all of your assets. Our CEO said it best. Geotab's open platform is a perfect fit for our solutions. Together, we provide a true connected vehicle offering for the transportation industry, providing fleet managers with access to one platform to manage all of their assets in real time, which helps deliver consistent results to their bottom line. Problems identified: cost of deployment, manpower, underutilization, high maintenance costs, and 3G sunsetting, to name a few. What's needed? A technology management platform that solves all of the identified problems from the previous slide, that's easy to deploy, and that doesn't break the bank. One of the largest issues with deploying asset tracking technology is the actual installation of the hardware itself. When looking at solutions, you want to make sure that it's extremely easy to install the hardware so that you can get that asset quickly redeployed in your fleet. If you have customers that are looking for just a couple of pings a day or a couple of reports a day, you'll probably get them into a slap and track solution. Slap and track products like our Asset Track should install within seconds. We have an adhesive provided by 3M on the back of ours that when the tape's taken off, it literally takes seconds to slap it to any type of asset that you want to track. As a backup, we have mounting holes that allow you to take tie straps and secure that device really to any surface or any asset type as well. And then lastly, when deploying an asset tracking product, you want to make sure that it's easy to activate. And all of our devices come with a yellow pull tab that once you pull it, it activates and starts reporting into the MyGeotab interface. The second type of product I want to talk about is that's extremely popular are solar solutions. So we supply a stainless steel mounting plate with our solar products so that you can rivet it to the front of a container or a trailer in a very secure fashion that still only takes minutes to install. And then lastly, you want to make sure you partner with a company that has robust knowledge of the type of equipment you're installing the solution on. Our parent organization, Phillips Industries, has been supplying air and electrical components for the heavy duty industry for the better part of 90 years. We know trucks and trailers better than most, and we really factor that into the design of our products so that our tethered solutions, even though you're dealing with a harness, they're plug and play. If you don't have a plug and play product, you're going to end up cutting and splicing into the asset's harness to try to get power to the device, which in the long term could jeopardize the integrity of the piece of equipment itself. Next, we're going to talk about enhancing visibility. I've got a screenshot here of one of our demo databases that have a mix of miscellaneous powered and non-powered assets in them. Now you can begin to manage all of your asset types, virtually through telematics and in one platform like MyGeotab. That's especially important in today's climate where we're in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and most companies don't have as many boots on the ground. They don't have as many employees out there physically managing assets or walking the yard to do physical inventory of the assets that you have. That's why we're seeing more and more companies that, yes, have telematics deployed on their powered vehicles, but they're looking to us and they're looking to Geotab to provide same level of visibility for their non-powered and miscellaneous assets as well. The second part of enhancing visibility is actually assessing the health of the device itself in the MyGeotab platform. That's where we've really worked with Geotab to add solution health to the platform as well. So in addition to reporting, to run a battery performance report on a number of assets that you have in the database, we've brought that information into the map and into the trips page as well. so that the user can always have complete visibility on the health of the products that they have deployed. Next, we're going to talk about theft prevention. So asset theft is still a huge problem that companies are encountering, whether it's a trucking company, losing trailers, or other fleets picking up the wrong trailer, or a construction company who have a lot of high valued miscellaneous assets that get stolen from their backyard or from their customer site or job site. A couple of ways that we can manage that and prevent it in my GeoTab are to create rules surrounding unauthorized movement. So an example, I create, utilizing zones, utilizing a network of customer zones. I built a rule that is going to notify me if one of my assets leaves that zone during the after work hours schedule. So after 8 p.m. to before 6 a.m., I want to know if my assets left that specific geofence at a time where they shouldn't be moving at all. That would issue a red flag. You can then have GeoTab send that alert to you via email or via text message. And then you can work with companies like us to put that asset into live tracking mode so that you can easily recover it. We're going to talk about boosting utilization of the assets that you have deployed. In my GeoTab, it's super easy to identify underutilized assets on the map visually. GeoTab does a great job of telling you, hey, this group of assets have been sitting here since this date and time. So that's a really good indicator of figuring out which assets are high dwelling that aren't being utilized properly. Further, we can utilize zones again to send notifications or run reports on high dwelling assets. So the rule that I built for this instance is to identify, which assets inside or outside of customer zones have been sitting in that same location for longer than a day and a half. It's the same method to create an alert by going into notifications, adding your email address or your phone number to get that alert emailed or texted to you in addition to finding it in reporting. Most importantly, once you have those alerts set up and that report set up to give you that information, you can get those high dwelling assets back on the road or back utilized so that they're earning revenue for you. Lowering maintenance costs using an asset tracking solution. The first example I want to run through is with a miscellaneous powered asset. In this case, we have a third wire tied to ignition. Every time the ignition is on for that asset, we are calculating accurate engine hours and we're putting those into the appropriate engine hours field in my GeoTab. That's super important because now the fleet has visibility into how many hours that engine has been running, along with being able to build a report around a rule that will give them a list of assets that have all run for 100 hours, for instance. It's the exact same principle when it comes to non-powered assets and mileage. You want to partner with a solution provider that collects very accurate mileage on non-powered assets like trailers. We have our tethered devices reporting at 2-minute intervals and at 30-degree heading changes. So we're collecting more accurate mileage than a trailer hubometer does. And we've done a lot of tests on that up against Google Maps data to verify it. So when we're collecting that many GPS points, the mileage that we're transmitting through to the odometer field is extremely accurate. Now fleets don't have to invest in a robust, hard to install hubometer. They can rely on the trailer tracking solution or the asset tracking solution that they have deployed to mine that information. Fleets that utilize accurate mileage and accurate engine hours can really streamline and automate their maintenance scheduling, which can drastically reduce the amount of money they spend on maintaining their equipment. Now we're going to talk about how to tighten up your cold chain in my GeoTab. FSMA, or the Food Safety Modernization Act, requires that all carriers that have temperature-controlled loads have the ability of providing a record of those temperatures in transit when they're in possession of that chain. Our product allows customers to do just that. with an easily installable cold chain product. Now you can have complete visibility of your temperatures in transit, and you can build rules and exceptions to get alerts when those temperatures hit certain thresholds. So for example, if you're a carrier hauling a fresh load and your ideal operating temperature zone is between 33 degrees Fahrenheit and 38 degrees Fahrenheit, you can easily set an alert. When this temperature in this zone goes above 38 degrees, I need an alert. Same principle that we've shown you in the prior slides to get that set up. If the temperature falls below 33 degrees, you would get that same alert. And what we've been working on with Geotab is adding that visibility in the asset hover card, as you can see here, where the reefer temperature is 2 degrees Fahrenheit, and more importantly, in the actual trip's history. So you can trace along that trip, and the temperature values will change, depending on the time interval. If that rule is broken, or if that temperature exceeds 38 degrees, you'll see exactly when and where that happened on that specific trip. Now we're going to talk about how to not only drive efficiency, but drive safety with your asset tracking solution. We're going to show you how to know insights about your asset before you dispatch the driver, and also what information we can display so that the driver can actually make informed decisions. Health telematics is here for non-powered assets. The three largest maintenance or cost categories are related to brakes, lights, and tires. With a health-enabled solution, you can avoid CSA violations and provide real-time alerts around critical components to fleet managers and potentially to the driver. This particular example, we have a customer that has a tire pressure monitoring system. We're tied into their automatic tire inflation system. We have an anti-lock braking system sensor, and we've got a light out detection system deployed. We have a lot of different alert levels that are associated with each one of the sensors. All of that information can be ingested in the MyGeotab interface so that a user can look at it and decide if it's something they need to act on right then and there, or if it's something they can take care of when that piece of equipment gets routed back into the home location. What we've been working on with Geotab is taking this critical information and making it available to the driver so they can act in real time and pull over to get that component service before they have a catastrophic failure. This is just as important as displaying it in the back end for fleet managers to ingest it, and it only helps with improving the safety of the driver, as well as reducing the costs of that, the potential costs of that fleet and the equipment. The 3G sunset is here, as most carriers are shutting down their networks by the end of the year. So just like powered vehicles, any asset tracking solution, if your customers have one deployed, probably needs to be replaced. And we suggest, upgrading it from a 3G product to a 4G LTE 5G compatible solution like a Philips Connect device that's extremely easy to install, that will only add visibility to your equipment before they go dark on you. And finally, there's so much power in having one platform to manage all of your assets, whether it's a heavy duty truck that has a Go device installed on it, to a trailer that has a fully fledged smart trailer solution powered by Philips Connect on it. There's so much value in managing all of your assets in one place. And what we can provide with Geotab is a true connected vehicle experience that consolidates all truck and trailer data in one platform. Thank you so much for your time today. And now I'm going to hand it over to our general manager, Jim Epler, who will be able to answer any questions that you might have.